Hello, Mario. Concrete project assignment briefing. Hello. Welcome. Well, we're going to have a look at the concrete project, the assignment briefing. So this is for reinforced concrete design. So it's probably best that we just head over to the Moodle site and let's have a good old look-see. So this is into the assignment section here and the concrete project, and it's a concrete staircase that we're going to be building. So if we click into here, that gives us a raft of information, and let's have a look at the actual assignment itself right here, the concrete staircase. So here that's coming up. The concrete staircase, it's due Monday the 30th of October 2017 at 11:59:59. Learning outcomes: produce civil engineering drawings to recognise standards, structural concrete, steel and timber drawings to recognise standards, and produce drawing using computer-aided drafting, CAD techniques. So we've learned all our CAD. We've got a number of CAD skills, and we've had a bit of practice and a bit of guidance by way of videos on how to draw things. So now you're out on your own devices and you're just given a basic briefing, and you've got to come up with your own set of plans using your own ideas and your own formats and things like that. That's not to say, of course, that you can't ask for help, but you do need to make some decisions for yourself as to how you're going to do things. All right, so the aim of this assessment is it's worth 15% of your total mark, to accurately prepare a set of civil engineering drawings for the construction of a set of stairs, and to enhance your understanding of concrete reinforcing. So concrete reinforcing. To locate and use standards and guidelines. As we know, everything we do in engineering is guided in one form or other by standards or guidelines to prepare the drawings. So we must seek out those standards and drawings, know what standards we're working at, know what expectations our clients have, and our councils and those that are going to be administering or supervising or checking our work, because otherwise we will be at odds with them, and things will become very difficult very quickly. So it's important that you try and push all the right buttons so that everybody's happy. So yes, the objective is a set of engineering drawings for the construction of a set of concrete stairs from a design sketch. So typically, if you're working as a CAD person or a designer, or not the design, as a designer, you will draw up a design sketch and then take that to a draftsman or CAD operator to draw it up. So in this situation here, we have a design sketch that we're going to work from, and it is a sketch. They are a bit sketchy. Sometimes they require further interpretation or some decisions to be made based on the standards and guidelines. So this is your job. So that the bit of information you get may not be all the information you need. You may need to ask for more information, seek out more information, ask questions, get clarification. That's all part of the process. So yes, we need to just bear that in mind. So your manager has asked you to prepare CAD construction drawings for a design sketch, and so we could make this a bit bigger, perhaps. It's not working quite so well, is it? Like that there, and this come across here like this. So for a design, your manager has asked you to prepare a CAD construction drawings from a design sketch, and he has asked for a plan, elevation and schedule detailing the concrete reinforcing and any other diagrams or notes as deemed necessary, and that you want the completed drawing in a PDF format to be emailed to Morris O'Neill at wintech.ac.nz by 11:59 p.m. on Monday the 30th of October 2017. So that's the guidelines that you've been given there. Now, obviously this is an assignment, so there's a bit of a marking schedule here. The plans need to be clear and accurate with a good aesthetic, like it's a good white balance, appropriate font sizes, that sort of thing. Nice to look at, pleasant to the eye. They should be on an appropriate plan form, one or template, one that you can of your own design, or you can use the Wintech one if you wish. Standards are researched and applied to the drawing. So where you've researched standards or they've been used, they should be referred to by a neat note in the drawing or notes or something on the drawing. So the elevation needs to be clearly dimensioned and according to recognised standards. So you can't just come up with your own sort of way of doing things. And they're detailed according to recognised standards and at appropriate scale. So you must check, things must be drawn to scale. You can't just have them, and these must be recognised scales, like 1 to 100, 1 to 200, 1 to 300. You can't use a scale of 1 to 47.354 because you can't go down to the stationery warehouse and buy a 1 to 47.354 scale ruler. So there are certain scales that we use because people do occasionally put the scale ruler onto the plan to work out measurements and things like that. Still do that. Not so much, but they still do that. So they meet the plan view needs to be accurate, detailed and the same. And then we need a schedule. And you'll see what a schedule is. There's a way of doing that. This will be all there. We want a checked and amended set of draft plans provided. That's something that I'm requiring. I want you to get into the habit of that, and that's using my maurieos highlighter method, where you go through and everything that's correct you highlight in, say, green. Everything that's incorrect is highlighted in, say, a red. And then when you have corrected the incorrect information, you might highlight that with a blue or put a pen through it or something like that to indicate. And then these are kept as part of your QA so that you can prove that you've checked it. The plan set needs to be consistent, credible and professional and be complete. So that's all the checking boxes and things like that. And the plan set needs to be fit for purpose. The reinforcing could be constructed using the plans, so all the necessary dimensions are there to actually construct the reinforcing or the concrete or whatever. So next up is the design sketch, and here it is here. So we're going to have to make that just a wee bit smaller so we can fit it all in like so, and perhaps we can just position it a little bit. Perhaps we can't. Okay, so that might do it a little bit better. Okay, right, let's just put it about there. So there we go. So there it is there. Now it's a pretty interesting sketch. My head's possibly in the way there a little bit, so I could move my head. No, I can't. Not while I'm recording, I don't think. Oh yeah, I can. I'm going to move my head over there for a little while. So yeah, okay. So here's our diagram of our sketch that your manager's given you of a set of stairs, and it's got all sorts of things on it. So D16 times 2 at 350. So D16 refers to the diameter of the reinforcing bar, and there's 2 of them at 350 centres, and LL refers to the type of stirrup or type of structure there. That's an LL. And there's D12 times 6. Now that may conflict with the beam. For the beam, the stairs, there are 6 diameter 16s, so there's 6 D16s, 3 on top and 3 on the bottom. And I think this is for this beam here. Okay, but the stirrup around it is perhaps a D12. I'm not sure. Or that might be a D16 as well. So these might have been. We might have changed these. I'm not sure why that note was written in there. All these things need to be sorted out, and you need to. From your background reading, you'll find out what all these things mean. Minimum side cover, LL, and all that sort of thing. So that's the actual assignment there. So let's close that down. Oh no, I don't want to close. Let's close that down. Oh, here. Go back to here and see what other information we've got. So if we look here, we've got an example plan. So that's an example. So that just gives you some ideas of some of the things that are on there. So there's maybe a set of stairs here, not exactly the same as what we've got here, but it's certainly got some information that you can glean from there. So that's an example plan there, and an example schedule. So this is an example schedule here, like so. You'll note that schedule is spelt incorrectly here, so don't make the same mistake yourself. So that can be there. So that's a schedule there, and all of these here mean things. So that's 32 HD 430 E12.S.T. So that's a straight, and the T. Oh, that's. I think the T stands for top, and the B stands for bottom, and the S is for straight. These are an L, so you can see that that's an L straight, an L shape, and that's top and bottom L's, and these are an LL. You can see there. And this is an SC, and this is some 665 mesh. So you need to do some research as to what these are, and these are dimension A, and these are all in millimeters, dimension A and B, A and B, A and B, and so on. And then this is A, B, and C, and all mentions in there, and the 660. So that's dimension A and dimension B, and then there's some notes and things there, and all of these are all filled in like so. Everything's filled in and completed there. So that's our bar bending schedule. Bar bending. There's some notes here on bar bending. Because in general data, because there's various, by bending the bars and creating things, there's various amounts that need to be allowed for the bending. So you need to perhaps read up on that and find out how to apply that. This is an article on reinforcing steel, and it gives you how to identify the different types of rebar and what they all mean. So that's some relevant information in a little thing here that enables you to identify bar in the actual field. And here's some bend diameters and things there. So this is all information that you need to read up about and familiarise yourself so that you can apply it to your design and drawing. Reinforcement, that's another little a chapter out of a book there that, you know, just gives you all that background information. So you read through that background and see how that applies. Concrete reinforcing, again, this is a little slideshow, again, talking about concrete reinforcing and how it all applies. So you would be reading through this and then using class time to answer any questions that have come up. Now you can see here's your straight L, LL, you've got an H, HH, mesh, flat sheet mesh, a V shape, the U shape, a T shape, a cranked column bar, a stirrup for beams, a tie, U shape, and so on. So all of these things have names that you need to be aware of, and all this information is provided here in the notes. Some more notes here, all on there. Some of the stuff repeats stuff from other ones, but you know, it all adds to the body of knowledge. Some answers there, some questions and things like that may be of some help for you. So I would suggest that you read through these notes, and then we've got a reinforcement handbook here. Now this is all information that's been gleaned from the internet mostly, and various sources, to give you some good background reading, some ideas of codes, you know, what all the different types of bar and what these things mean there. And these are all bits of stuff that you should have come across in other aspects of our courses that we do. So yeah, how the bar is cut and all sorts of things like that. So that's pretty much the concrete briefing there, as you can see. Now what I've got here is I've got two student examples, and I will show you those on request. I don't want to have those available. I don't want them to be copied. I want you to come up with your own ideas, and that's very important. So I will let you look at them, but not have them available in any form of digital or hard copy. I just want you to look at them and get some ideas, because I want to make you think about what you're doing, not be copying someone else at this point. So really with these, there's no right answer. Try things, see what you think. If they don't work, ask some questions and we'll do them differently, or we'll try something else, or have a look. So I will be showing these examples in class, but I won't be making them available in any form of digital or hard copy format. So by all means, come and ask me if you want to see an example of what needs to be done. That's there for you to do, but these will not show up on your Moodle course as well. All right, so I think that's pretty much concludes our briefing. Yeah, here's your chance to show your skills, add a little bit of your own creativity and flair, and see how we think things are going. Alrighty. Cheers, good luck, see you.